So Sean Strickland took to Twitter recently. By recently, I mean last night. And he spoke about how no matter what took place at UFC 308, he deserves the next title shot against Dricus, and he's getting it. He's going to be the next one to fight Dricus for the middleweight title. Now, obviously, by the title of this video, you know I disagree with this, but I'm gonna give some facts that back up his statement first. One of them being the fact that his fight against Dricus was a close fight. By the fifth round, Dricus's face was fucked up. Strickland did cause a lot of damage, and the fight was close. And I had Strickland winning the fight. I thought Strickland won. If I was one of the judges at the event, I would have chose Strickland. I would have gave it to Strickland. Because that jab of his was landing all night on the face of Dricus. But Dricus got some takedowns. He did some stuff. He did his thing too. Regardless of that, it was a close fight. So, usually that would warrant a rematch. Now, as we all know, Khamzat Chimaev fought Robert Whittaker last night. And it wasn't, a losing streak Robert Whittaker. It wasn't a beginning Robert Whittaker. It was a Robert Whittaker that had been rejuvenated. He had been enlightened. He was back on track towards the title, and he absolutely walked through Ikram Aliskerov in the first round of his fight against Ikram. Destroyed Ikram. Absolutely outclassed him. He was focused coming up, building up to UFC 308. He was focused. He was ready. We're seeing the fight cam footage. He looks strong. He just looks like he's going to make another beeline to the title. And, looking at Khamzat has always been ferocious. But, leading up to the fight, he had just had the illness. He's coming off the illness. He still looks energetic. He still looks strong. But his mindset has changed. He showed up in Abu Dhabi, and he's more docile. He's more calm. The things he's saying are more deep than what he usually was saying. He just looks like a whole new Khamzat, a whole new person. And it put doubt into a lot of people's heads. Definitely mine as well. And I was wrong for that. The minute I saw him in Abu Dhabi, I was thinking, man, we lost Khamzat, man. He looks way too damn calm. This is not the Khamzat that we've grown to know and love. The one that would look like he would eat your cat, or your dog when you weren't looking. Like that was the Khamzat that we've all kind of seen in previous fights. So I thought that we had lost him, or at least I kind of assumed that we lost him, but I still had him winning. I still chose him against Robert. I did not budge in that pick. I still thought that, no matter what, he still has the skills to beat Robert Whittaker and would do so. I had not thought and I had not predicted for Khamzat to come out in the first round and not shoot for Robert Whittaker's waist when shooting for a takedown. The motherfucker shot for Robert Whittaker's shins, man. Khamzat shot for a takedown and ended up so low down Robert's legs and did not quit on it. Fully committed, dragged Robert to the ground with inhumane strength and held him there. No matter how many times Robert Whittaker tried to get up. And he almost did. And Khamzat did not falter. He did not move. He did not waver. He looked to get his legs, hooked over Robert's legs, held on to Robert, and just dragged him. And then, seeing all of this, you just assumed that it was inevitable. Khamzat was going to get to Robert's back, and he did. He got to Rob's back, and he gets into position for a rear naked. Doesn't have it fully in, so you don't think that, he's going to crank quite just yet, but he does. Khamzat decides to squeeze his arms around Robert's chin, and he decides to squeeze. I think maybe it took 5 seconds for Robert to tap to that, and you're sitting there, you're like confused. What the hell happened? I mean, Rob tapped, and I'm happy and excited that Khamzat won, but what just happened? Come to find out, Khamzat Chimaev broke Robert Whittaker's jaw in 3 with a not even fully in rear naked choke, basically a neck crank, on par with the choke that Khabib used to submit Conor. But Khamzat cranked on it so hard, he broke the bottom part of Robert Whittaker's jaw in 3 pieces. Khamzat Chimaev, humble Khamzat Chimaev, a new mythical fighter, an evolution, one would say, from the original Khamzat Chimaev. He did that to Robert Whittaker, a UFC legend, a former UFC middleweight champ, who walked through Ikram Aliskerov. He did that to him. Look, yes, Sean Strickland brought Dricus to a decision that was close and controversial. Khamzat Chimaev deserves the next title shot against Dricus. Sean Strickland needs to step aside. The UFC needs to knock on Strickland's door and tell him, look, we understand your fight with Dricus was controversial, man. We get it. I even had you winning. But Khamzat just broke Robert Whittaker's jaw, and not even with a punch. He's up next. He's gonna fight Dricus next. We don't care. What's that mean with the black dude, the black football coach guy? We do not care. We do not care. Khamzat should be up next for a title shot against Dricus. Sean Strickland needs to wait in line and fight, I don't know, Imamov. I think Imamov wants one against Strickland. I think he mentioned Strickland. So maybe he should fight Strickland. I don't know. Maybe fight Adesanya again. I don't know who the fuck you fight. Fight somebody, because he ain't fighting Dricus. Because Khamzat's fighting Dricus. All right? What Khamzat did to Robert Whittaker has more than earned him a shot at the title that Dricus du Plessis currently holds. And if I'm Dricus, I'm dodging that fight like a motherfucker, man. I'm trying to figure out some way to fuck with Khamzat Chimaev to make him not come to this fight, because I don't want my jaw broken. And I don't think you do either. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this video up with this here. Okay? Sean Strickland is a good fighter. I respect him. I'm not a big fan. He's a funny guy. Talks a lot of funny, cool stuff. He's a cool guy too. He likes to fight. Loves America, everything like that. We love that. We love that stuff. It's great stuff. It's great stuff. None of that has earned you more than Khamzat Chimaev for a title. That doesn't give you rights over a title shot with Dricus. A close fight with Dricus does. Okay, I'm not. Look, if you think Sean Strickland should fight Dricus over Khamzat, that's you, and I respect it. A close fight with Dricus does earn you another shot at Dricus, but I don't think it earns you one over breaking the jaw of a UFC legend who is still in prime shape, still in the prime version of himself, breaks his jaw via a halfway in rear naked choke in the first round. Khamzat deserves the title shot next over Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland could say whatever the fuck he wants to say. None of it should be listened to. None of it should be agreed with. He's got to wait in line and go after Khamzat. That's just it's just the facts, man. It's just the facts. If you like what I said, or if you don't, like, comment, share, and subscribe to the video nevertheless. Or subscribe to my account, but like, comment, and share on the video. But most importantly, subscribe. I love you guys. I'll see you on the next.